Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Today, we delve into a story that has captured the attention of many. Piers Morgan, a figure known for his outspoken views, especially concerning Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, reportedly faced a chorus of boos at an airport. Is this a case of cosmic justice? Let's explore. To understand the full weight of the airport incident involving Piers Morgan, we must first look at the background of his public criticisms of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Piers Morgan has become synonymous with a relentless media campaign against the Sussexes, particularly in their decision to step back from royal duties in 2020. From the beginning of their relationship, Morgan has scrutinized their every move, especially the couple's decisions around their newfound independence. Morgan, a longtime tabloid journalist and television personality, has accused the Sussexes of hypocrisy, particularly with their public stance on issues like mental health and racism. One of Morgan's most vehement criticisms focuses on the couple's claims that they faced systemic racism within the royal family and the broader British society. He argues that their narrative is misleading and damaging. Morgan has often said that Harry and Meghan weaponized their struggles with mental health and racism as part of a broader effort to brand Britain negatively. He claims that, in doing so, they have tarnished the royal family's image globally. For instance, Morgan slammed their 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview as the most damaging and self-serving piece of television he had ever seen. Morgan's distaste for the Sussexes goes beyond personal critiques. He has questioned their motives and authenticity. His criticisms reached a fever pitch when Harry and Meghan began signing multi-million-dollar deals with companies like Netflix and Spotify, which critics, including Morgan, viewed as a contradiction to their anti-royal stance. Morgan has pointed out that, despite distancing themselves from the monarchy, the couple continues to use their royal titles to make deals and build their brand. He has claimed that without their royal status, these lucrative opportunities would likely have never materialized. According to Morgan, this undermines their message about wanting to live a life independent of the royal family's influence. His critiques often reflect a belief that Harry and Meghan are using their titles for personal gain while simultaneously attacking the institution they were once part of. This paradox has formed the core of his argument against them. Moreover, Morgan has been vocal about Harry and Meghan's decision to raise their children, Archie and Lilibet, as royal titles were granted to them despite the couple's public renunciation of royal duties. Morgan has argued that their decision to give their children royal titles is a glaring contradiction to everything they had previously claimed about their desire to live private, non-royal lives. He finds it hypocritical that Harry and Meghan, who have criticized the royal family and its outdated traditions, would embrace the same titles they once rejected. This dissonance between their public rhetoric and their actions has fueled Morgan's criticisms and intensified his disdain for the couple. Now, let's address the incident that has brought Piers Morgan back into the headlines. Reports emerged that Morgan was booed while at an airport, an event that has since garnered significant attention and discussion. While details remain unclear, the incident is symbolic of the larger public sentiment surrounding Morgan's unrelenting criticism of Harry and Meghan. Airports, often bustling hubs of travel and human connection, are also places where the public can express their frustrations and opinions in a less restrained manner. It is perhaps no surprise that Morgan, a man who has made a career out of publicly attacking high-profile figures, would eventually face backlash in a public setting. The fact that this incident occurred at an airport adds an interesting dimension to the story. It reflects not only the growing weariness with Morgan's commentary but also his contentious relationship with the public, particularly those who are sympathetic to Harry and Meghan's cause. The booing may be seen as an expression of disapproval, but it also underscores the extent to which Morgan's public vilification of the Sussexes has resonated with certain parts of the public. This event has become emblematic of how the media landscape is shifting, how figures like Morgan, who have thrived on sensationalism and controversy, are beginning to face more public accountability for their actions. It's important to note that Morgan's criticisms of the Sussexes have never been about constructive feedback. Instead, they have often veered into personal attacks and hyperbolic accusations. For instance, he has openly mocked Meghan Markle's aspirations and even went so far as to say that she used Harry to climb the royal ladder. This personal and relentless style of criticism has made him a polarizing figure. While some support him as a staunch defender of the monarchy, others view him as emblematic of a toxic media environment that thrives on negativity. The airport incident is a vivid example of how this toxic discourse has alienated large sections of the public. The term cosmic justice has been used to describe situations where individuals face consequences that seem to be a natural, almost karmic, result of their actions. For many, the booing of Piers Morgan at the airport was nothing short of poetic justice. Morgan's long-standing attacks on Harry and Meghan, often filled with venomous rhetoric and scathing judgments, have made him a figure synonymous with the negative portrayal of the couple. It seems only fitting that someone who has spent so much time criticizing others would find himself the target of public disdain. In many ways, this backlash represents a shift in the media's power dynamic. For years, figures like Morgan have been able to wield influence over public opinion, crafting narratives about public figures that align with their personal or political ideologies. However, as public sentiment towards media figures like Morgan changes, it becomes clear that people are growing tired of the same old sensationalism. This is a form of cosmic justice, a correction to the media's often toxic portrayal of public figures like Harry and Meghan, who have been constantly vilified. What makes this incident particularly interesting is the larger context in which it occurred. Piers Morgan has often claimed that Harry and Meghan are victims of their own making, accusing them of playing the victim card at every opportunity. The irony, of course, is that Morgan himself has spent years cultivating his own victim narrative in the face of their responses to his attacks. By being booed in public, Morgan found himself in the position he often casts Harry and Meghan in, one of public scorn. It raises the question, when you spend so much time denigrating others, can you expect to avoid the same treatment? The reaction to Morgan's airport incident speaks to the larger media environment that is becoming more self-aware and, perhaps, more critical of the way certain figures operate within it. This incident highlights the fine line between commentary and harassment, between critique and personal attack. Morgan's tirades against Harry and Meghan often veer into the latter, and many observers believe that his personal vendetta against the couple has crossed the line into bullying. In a time when mental health is a central topic of conversation, Morgan's continuous mockery of Meghan's mental health struggles and Harry's calls for greater support for mental health awareness have raised serious ethical concerns. The broader implications of this incident lie in the changing tides of media influence. Figures like Morgan, who have historically thrived on shock value and controversy, may find that their audience is shrinking. Public backlash against Morgan may signify a greater cultural shift towards holding media personalities accountable for the way they shape public opinion. As the conversation surrounding the Sussexes has evolved, many people have come to recognize the relentless nature of media criticism they face, and this could contribute to a collective desire for more responsible, fair, and balanced reporting. Additionally, the incident touches on the role of social media in shaping public reactions. The speed at which news travels today, coupled with the rise of online platforms, means that public figures like Morgan can quickly be held accountable for their words and actions. The airport boos likely went viral within hours, sparking further discussion about his treatment of Harry and Meghan. This level of immediate, unfiltered feedback is a departure from the traditional media environment, where the narrative was often controlled by those with the most power and access. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions on the latest news and events.